Ravens go ahead and shut down in preseason game number 1. Are we supposed to be hype or what? This and a couple of things more. What I love and hated about the preseason game number 1 coming right out.
Renegade.
Hey guys, my name is Sunny. Welcome to szg Sports. If this is your first time in this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you can be alerted every time I upload a video. Guys, every Monday at 9 we're trying to do a live stream. We're gonna get live callers. So this Monday we're gonna get the live callers about the Jaguars game. So we're gonna see your reactions. But I wanted to make, and as the season comes along, you're gonna see me make some videos that are not live stream, right? So this video is what I saw from the game. I have my little notes here, but I want to make sure I just didn't forget anything. Other than that, guys, game, we shut them down. And before I start, want to make sure you guys know it's preseason, right? So I might be a little hard some guys, I might not be so hard some other guys, but it is preseason, right? So this is just rehearsal. This for me is more like what I saw. Not necessarily good or bad. We just want to see progression for some players. Some other players we don't. I'm going to be hard on Lamar. Not only in this game throughout, because I do want progression. It's the same thing that he will want for himself. Lamar's very hard on himself, and I want that. That's one of the things that I respect the most of Lamar. Okay, guys? So, let me start with what I loved. Kenny Young. And if you have been here in this channel for a couple weeks, months, you can know I love Kenny Young. But when I went to the Ravens practice, I wasn't impressed with what I saw from Kenny Young. I was more like, oh man, what's going on with Kenny Young? Well, this game he showed up. Yes, everybody's going to talk about that big hit. And it was a spectacular hit, guys. But that wasn't it. He was all over the field. He was playing good. Now, and after that one big hit, he was out of position, and that's how the Jaguars converted that 3rd and long. But other than that, he was really, really good. He played solid. He played fast, which, again, I didn't see him playing a lot like that during the camp. Pina was fast. He was decisive. Pina looked ready to start the regular season. He was in the backfield, open field. Didn't matter. Dude was impressive. A guy that I wasn't very hard, again, like Kenny Young, that wasn't very hard how he looked in camp was Chris Moore. Chris Moore had a really good game, and that wheel route, he had a clean release. The defense got sucked watching Mark Andrews on the underneath, and Lamar had that easy completion. Beautiful place ball for a 30-yard gainer. Also, a bad ball thrown by Lamar. Some people say he was throwing to the tight end, overthrew him. But Chris Moore adjusted and made that catch low and going against his momentum. Really good catch. And the jet sweep, the reversal, really good. He was looking for his blocker. He was patient. He was fast. I like what I saw from Chris Moore. This is what I need to see for Chris Moore. The tackles, both Stanley, both Zeus Jr., both of them play a very solid game. For me, it wasn't the same from the interior, but both outside tackles were really, really good. Gus Edwards looked fairly good for the most part. He looked like the guy that I was expecting to see from Gus. Kenny Dixon, another guy that played fairly well in his opportunities. This 3, Tim Williams. Not only on the pass rushers, if you watch Tim Williams throughout, this is something he wasn't doing before. He was actually playing in the open field. I saw that a little bit in the open practices or, on the castle. But yesterday, he was playing in the open field. He was actually very good. He was in position. He was ready. He didn't look lost. He looked like he was good and comfortable playing in the open field. But also rushing the passers, he was getting there. Not many sacks. There's not many sacks throughout, but they were getting there. The pressures were there. I think he got half a sack, but don't quote me on that one. Shane Ray, again, another one. For Shane Ray, different from Tim Williams, he didn't look comfortable in the open field. He wasn't. That wasn't his thing. Now, on the rushing side, he looked like he was comfortable. He looked like he was ready. He was getting pressures. I like that in Ferguson against the 3rd-teamers. But during the practice session, I said that Ferguson wasn't getting anywhere. He was getting sucked by every single lineman that they battle. And you can go check my previous videos. I have videos from the Ravens the stadium practice. And there was a one-on-one against a lineman that I can't remember his name because it's a lineman that is probably not going to make this team. Ferguson cannot get past him. But during the preseason game, dude was impressive. He was getting pressures. He looked like a baller. Interior defensive line. The guys were there. They were making pressures. Henry looked good. Wormley looked good. Especially those two jump out of my screen a lot. They look solid. They look like, again, ready to play, balling out. Like a lot what I saw from them. Cyrus Jones. So for Cyrus, it's a two-parter. On the defensive side, he looked better than what I saw for him in the practice side. On the punting side, this is a problem that I have with Cyrus. If he's not in a perfect condition, he doesn't. I don't feel like he wants to return the ball, and that for me is problematic. So he looked timid on returning the ball. He was just for catching everything. There are some that merit the first catch. There were some other ones that he should have attacked the ball and tried to make a play. Like I'm forgetting the other running back that did it, but the other running back that did it, he looked to make the play. He's looking to make the roster. Cyrus looked more like, I don't want to screw it up. Let me just for catch. And that's something that he does in the regular season that I don't like to see. Anyway, Vedvik. Vedvik is amazing. They're going to keep him for week 2. Their hope is a team calls them, and they should. I think the Ravens probably can get a 4th or a 5th for Vedvik. And that's awesome. Undrafted rookie, a guy that has learned a lot. A guy that I liked a lot, but I always said, like, if they thought he can be as good as Sancock, they should, release Sam or trade him. Probably more release him and keep Vedvik. But I think the coaches like Sam, so Vedvik is gonna be in the chopping block, or not, more in the trading block. So hopefully we can get something for him. Okay, that's what I love, guys. And there's no Lamar in what I love. I know, but don't worry. Let me also say there was nothing really that I hated. There was a really, really good, impressive performance. So let me talk about a medium feel, like stuff that I said, like, okay, this is good, but there was some bad, but this is good. Trace McSorley for the most part looked good. I mean, again, for a 6th-round rookie, he looked okay. He had some good moments. That interception was pretty bad. He's staring the receiver. He does that a lot. He stares the receivers a lot. Elliott was, he looked good, but not great. Again, a guy that I expected way more coming out of camp. One of my favorite draft picks from the previous year. This year, I was expecting more, and in the open practices, didn't see much. It was fairly the same that I saw in the game. Now, Chark Clark keeps jumping out of your screen. He looks good, but dude, you need to make that pick. You look like you just wanted to run without the ball. Take it easy. Ball. If the ball's up the air, first business move is make the pick. Anyway, let me see. Averett looked good in some place. Some other place he got beat, and he was lucky that the receivers dropped. There was a lot of drop for Jaguars receivers. But Averett looked like a guy that is developing, but he's not there yet. But, he had a good C+ game in my book. Okay, Bowser. Board had some small moments. Peanut and Kenny Young play better than him. So we'll see with Board. Board might be one of those guys that's really good in practice, but when it's game action, not as good. Kenny Young might be the opposite. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. Preseason game number 2 for both of those guys. I want to see how they progress. Bowser. I talk about Kenny Young to look good. I talk about, Ray and Ferguson. Bowser, on the other hand, he looked comfortable in the open field, which for me has never been a question. Rushing the passer, he's not as comfortable. So, it wasn't like he had a horrible game. He had a solid game. I would say like a C game. I would give Tim Williams like a B- or B. Ferguson like a B-, and Ray like a B-. Judon, I forgot to add him. He looked like he was living in the backfield for most of every time he was rushing that tackle, either right or the left. I can't remember where he lined up. Couldn't contain him. But to be fair, it was the 2nd-string tackle against Judon. So, but he looked good. So yeah, check it on the things that I love. Okay, Bowser. Oh, Hill. So Hill, interesting. When he's in the open field, dude is slippery and it's explosive. Now the other thing is he was fast throughout the game. The big problem is when he's rushing the ball, making that first guy miss so he can be in the open field is where I saw him struggling. That's why I think that they're gonna utilize him more in the passing game. Because in the rushing game, there's still a lot of things that he needs to work on how to make that first guy miss so you can have some sort of open feeling. And at that point, he looked really good. Boykins had the most interesting game. He looked really good, and then he dropped a couple balls. Guys, he's a third-round rookie, right? So, he would have struggles. For the most part, I like what I see from Boykins. I like what I see in camp, and yesterday I liked a lot. Now, there was a slant that he should have caught from, I think it was McSorley. Lamar did throw one behind him, and, it is what it is. Now, that touchdown pass, it was really good, even though it didn't count. That whole series was good. He looked good. The pick from Trace McSorley, he's there at Boykins. It should have been a pick. But what I would expect was, if you go back and see that play, Boykins should have fought for that ball. Tried to make it difficult for the receivers. What it looked like was more like he let the receiver catch it and tried to punch the ball out once to catch it. No. Dude, you're a big body guy. As soon as Trace McSorley was going to throw that ball in the corner, cut you need to become a defensive guy, a DB. So that's the only thing. I think he had 2 drops. For the most part, really good game. I would have given him like a B, a solid B. Let me see here. I think that those are the guys that I have. Tucker, solid. D-line, safeties. Talk about the corners. Talk about receivers. Snead looked good. That touchdown, that he got, it was all him. Lamar had a good short route, and the Snead made that first guy miss. Again, something that I love about Snead. Fights for every yard. He's a dog. He wants to get that first down. In this case, a touchdown. He will get it. He has a lot of heart. I said Chris Moore and Boykins. Okay, let's talk about Lamar. Lamar had a decent game. I would say Lamar had like a solid B game. Couple of things that I have here from Lamar. The PI that he threw, they call. I thought it was a bad call, to be honest. That would have been one that the Jaguars should challenge. Which by the way, I hate the whole challenging PI, but whatever. That was a bad throw. He got lucky. Doesn't count against him because it was a PI, but it was overthrown. Threw behind the Boykins one, the slant that I said. The catch for Moore, even though it was a really good catch. Not the 30-yarder, that was pretty, but that was behind him. Lamar did say that he was throwing to Moore, not to the tight end, because it looked like he overthrew the tight end. Moore made the great adjustment, but it wasn't the best thrown ball. Even if you're trying to throw it a back shoulder in that point, it should have been higher, not like on the floor. Let me see here. Those are basically my comments, the bad comments for him. The good comments, great throw on that wheel route. The one that Chris Moore had, like a quick release, like a go route. Decision making was there, right? Even though he wasn't completely accurate sometimes, decision making was there. And the ball was coming great. Remember when people were saying, like, he can't throw? Lamar cannot throw. Lamar cannot throw. Dude can throw. He can throw. That ball was coming with some zip. That ball was coming awesome. That ball was just... It looked like a quarterback was throwing the ball because it is a quarterback. He has a strong arm. He does... Like, the ball comes out of his arm. He almost like it flickers. I'm not talking he has like Joe Flacco or Pat Mahomes arm strength. But dude has a really good arm strength. And the other thing, guys, he wasn't full go. Meaning, they were running RPOs but they really weren't running Lamar, so those running plays were all getting blown because the defense saw Lamar and they were like, he ain't running, so they were collapsing the pocket. Versus when McSorley did it, McSorley ran a couple of times and it worked. So if Lamar brings that element to it, it's going to be harder for the defense, but don't expect him to do that. What he did was what exactly I wanted him to do. Throw the ball. Just throw the ball. Yes, it limits his ability, meaning he has a next element that not a lot of other quarterbacks have. But for the preseason, I don't want him to show it. Dudes, guys, this season's going to be great. It was mostly positive, but again, it is the preseason, so we need to take it down a little bit. But starting the preseason with a shout out, you know, goose egg for the other team. I can't ask for anything more. Team looking solid, rookie looking good. Look, for the most part, all rookies look fairly good. Powers, when he was there, he looked like solid player. Boykins looked good. Hill looked good. Who else was there? I didn't remember Iman Marshall, so I guess he didn't scrub. Oh, Ferguson. Ferguson looked good. For the first time, I can say Ferguson looked really good. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna try to make shorter videos. Like I said, not live stream, more a couple recorded videos. Live streams are gonna be every Monday at 9. So this Monday, join me. It's gonna be live calls. So we're gonna talk about the game against the Jaguars, the upcoming game against the Packers. So guys, if you like the video, again, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, follow me in IG, Facebook, Twitter, and I guess YouTube at szg.sports. Also hit the bell. A lot of you is like, oh Sonny, but I always miss your live stream. Well, hit the bell, right, and make sure you're it's how YouTube does it is kind of stupid, but just make sure it is like every time that I stream, you get a notification. That way you can join. Also, remember, we do the live calls now. Down below, tell me, what was the things that you liked most about this game? Who was impressive? Who were you not impressed by? Thank you for joining me, guys. I will see you next time. Peace out.